Hello and welcome to the sideboard here at the Star City Games Open Series in Syracuse, New York. I'm Ken Crocker here with Dean Bilz. Dean, how are you doing today?
Doing very good. We started off 3-1 today.
Well, we started off 3-1 with looks like, on the face of it, a pretty standard Abzan control deck. We got our Coursers Crew Fix, we got our 7 Caryatids, Siege Rounds, stuff everyone's seen before, right?
Right, absolutely. And that's kind of the point, is you don't want your opponent to suspect anything.
Well, what would I be suspecting then if I'm not supposed to suspect Abzan control?
We're playing the Assault Formation. Basically, it makes all of your creatures Doran.
Wow, so how many? We got 3 copies of Assault Formation in the main deck, which basically says that your creatures are going to do damage based off their toughness instead of their power. So now we turned our Coursers into 4/4s, we turned our 7 Caryatids, once we make them attack, into 3/3s. Our Siege Rhinos are good. But we're also playing another card on turn 2, hopefully, that hasn't seen play in quite a while. What card's that?
Nyx's Fleece Ram. We expected to see a lot of red decks, like mono red decks. It did very well last weekend at the Invitational. I believe it went 8-0. Braverman played it. And we expected that, and it's also pretty good against the Jeskai tokens because they're basically a burn deck that tries to get through with some damage on the ground. So he stops them pretty well and gains you life while he's doing it.
I mean, a 5/5 that gains you life every turn is pretty good, especially for 2 mana.
Yeah, swing for 5 on turn 3.
So tell me what kind of interesting interactions that you've had playing these kind of creature setup, like that your opponents weren't ready for.
Basically, I've cast Courser on turn 3. They'll cast their Rhino. I'll play Abzan or Assault Formation and just turn it sideways. And just dare them to block. And dare them to block and hope that they do and just get through? Yep, because if they block, you can pump it with the Abzan Formation or the Assault Formation. It makes them a 5-power creature, basically. They can't block it, and it's very hard to attack through them as well. So you clog up the ground very well. And it makes math very easy. You don't have 2 numbers anymore. There's just 1 number. You have 1 number for power, 1 number for toughness. Don't need to worry about it. I mean, math is really hard, so... Absolutely. I don't want to do it. Just turn my creature sideways and ask them to figure it out. So this is not Abzan control. We're going to call this Abzan Assault Formation? Is that... we call it Junk in the Trunk. Fair enough. Well, after sideboard, we have a little bit of an interesting package we can add to as well. We have 1 Stain the Mind. Yep. What is this for? I don't like the Jeskai Sensei combo deck. Who does? Yeah. We're hard-pressed to beat it. We have 5 discard spells after sideboard, etc., but if we go long, they get to just see more cards, and that's going to be very difficult for you to get through. Resolve, Stain the Mind, they can't win anymore. That sounds pretty good to me. Yeah. And then finally, we have 4 additional Planeswalkers. You just went all out on Planeswalkers after sideboard, because we already have 2 Elspeths in the main, so that brings us to 6. We got 1 Liliana Vess, 1 Garruk Apex Predator, and 2 Nissa Worldwaker. What are these cards good in? All of your mid-range, all of your control matchups, you just want to be as threat-dense as possible. You don't want to be drawing Bile-Blights. You want to be drawing Nissas. You want to be drawing Garruks and things like that, Siege Rounds. You don't want to have low-impact cards after sideboard. So in the mirror, you're not only attacking them with your toughness, but you also have the additional angle of going with the Planeswalkers as well. Yeah, you basically force them to waste all their mana on their turn so they can't react to what you're doing. This sounds really interesting, Dean. So you say you're 3-1 now. You said you have a friend playing the list as well? Yep. How's he doing? He's also 3-1. We both just took our loss in this round. We started off 6-0. Wow. Well, let's hope to see more toughness battles here soon. Absolutely. Pretty much every creature in this deck is Sir Mix-a-Lot approved, so... well, that sounds good. Get there. Thank you, Dean, for taking the time to side us in from the sideboard. I appreciate it. Thank you. Stay tuned for more standard action here at the Syracuse StarCityGames.com Open.